Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Leone. Good morning, Bo Kenema McKinney. Right, very want to get to loud and clear from good morning. And of course, good morning to our taxi drivers or our drivers, keke riders, bike riders. I mean, you name it. I want to say good morning. And also, special good morning to good to the one day. Of course, we sweep the streets of Freetown, especially Western area. You know, when we move around this Western parts, Hill Court and Lombu, they see that then people in the though extremely well. So I want to say good morning, Tona, and welcome to the fourth edition of the Epic Morning Show for this week. So today, don't be Thursday, the 28th day of May 2026, with the fast approach the end of May. We soon approach the mid month, I mean the sixth month in the year 2026. So, Mina Evangelist Lee, a host for today, and of course, don't forget to the Epic Morning Show. Now, it's always 30 minutes program. We're divided into two interactive segments. And in the first segment of the Epic Morning Show, we bring guests to discuss on critical issues, then we demand critical answers. And in the second segment, we review the front pages of newspapers and also invite analysts to break down and analyze the major stories as we're making the headlines this morning. So you can also watch the show live on our Facebook live page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM and Radio Garden, Choice FM, that one will live in the Eastern part of Freetown, and also Zimi Radio, that the one with the not the provincial area them. So not listen to it through Zimi Radio. So I will say good morning and welcome. I mean, if you just get up from bed, you just tune in, welcome to the Epic Morning Show. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Arise message of the day. I mean, if you just wake up from bed or you plan for go out, I mean, put this in your mind that people will see you first before then they hear your voice. Waiting this mean. I mean, people look at your appearance. When you go in a certain place, people will see you first, see you as a person, and before they listen to your voice or your voice, to put it that way. So dress well. I mean, it's important. And say how you dress in public, na so they go address you. I mean, man say how you dress for go out job, na so they go you work for do. So make sure see you dress well. Dress to be impressed. Not make your problem or not make you dressing or how you dress look like your problem. So make sure say when you go out this morning, the 28th day of May 2026, make sure you dress well and dress to be impressed.
So all me party will look down on me. Where don't make me feel like say my life no go become something, yeah. And they walked away. All the people will promise for help me. They say come office today, tomorrow next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. Me brother see me life now.
1xBet, where sports come alive. Visit the site or app and join the Game On promo. Get a chance to win an iPhone 16, cash prizes up to 11,500 Leones, and a weekly free bet of up to 20%. More bets mean more tickets and rewards. Enter the promo code on Leone and boost your game to the max. 1xBet, Game On, together in the game.
All right, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. And you can also watch the show via YouTube, and also on our Facebook page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. I mean, Choice FM, not listen part of free song, and also Zime Radio, the one there where I can call our upline, so they can get up on this for listening to me through Zime Radio. Stay tuned. Joining me in the studio this morning for our latest breaking news is Reginald Brian Ojukutusaya. Reginald, good morning, and what's breaking in the show this morning?
Thank you very much, Ivan Julius Lee. Good morning to you. Good morning to fervent listeners of the Epic Morning Show. Straight off inside the breaking news highlights. Yesterday during the Irulala prayer, we happened the President's Lodge, Freetown, Hill Station, Freetown. The President make one strong statement. He said we need to control it. President Bill respond to social media restriction na salon. The president called for massive restriction on the way and manner how people and they use different social media handles or platform, Ivan.
Yeah, it lay more emphasis to picking them before, the use of social media.
Age restriction for minors.
Restriction, exactly. So, it will restrict as long as you're a kid, where you pass certain age, you could be using back. But one thing capture my attention in that speech is how the president address how people in cause on social media. And of course, well, he left all stated to God that you really cause. But you want to know how people strongly or negatively people use social media, and go to the extent that the president, don't be a victim of such kind of abuse from social media.
Exactly. Another breaking news highlight that we've got this morning: the Deputy Minister of Health, Minister Senesi, don't say, Minister Professor Charles Senesi, don't assure the public that Salone remain fully prepared for response to any potential public health emergency. We did go from the lesson where they learned during the previous outbreaks such as Ebola, COVID, and Mpox, and also Africa travel guide. So he made this statement during the government weekly press briefing. Now the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, the Miata Civic Center, as Professor Senesibi said, the country experience over the years don't give them great strength and experience, and also make them in a high level of preparedness for any potential emergency outbreak, we tend for post for Kamsalo.
We still see cases they increase now. Democratic Republic of Congo, and of course we don't be a victim of Ebola. I think in 2014, and we make a little bit of try in terms of COVID-19 and all, but we're not going to make this happen. So early preparation is very important.
Exactly. And then finally we go into African news now. Also we see the Minister of Foreign Affairs for Ghana, Samuel Chukwueze, we put the first flight we been carry over 300 Ghanaians them where they evacuate from South Africa following the immigrant tension and also reported attack on foreign nationals. The instigate of first people that don't be evacuated from South Africa, they don't arrive in Accra on a flight where the government provide, and as I talk to you now, more tensions get for Cambo, 300 or more, including women, men, children, and elderly people all into that flight, and it was being facilitated by the government of Ghana following the massive xenophobic attack where the South African and the post to African, and so Ghana don't go take 300 of the citizen headed by the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Ghana. I think it's a massive work indeed that they've done, evacuating over 300 Ghanaians where they go through serious xenophobic attack in South Africa.
I thought we were going to end it. Crystal Palace, the one conference.
Oh yes,
yesterday.
But the very first time in over 117
exactly.
years of their existence, the first European trophy for Crystal Palace Glass Ghana in team yesterday been beat Rayo Vallecano by 1-0. By 1-0, and we see Usai, well, Jean-Claude Mateta even get the only goal for them. And it's also a massive one. Crystal Palace winning trophy in 2024, 2025, and 2026. What is your glass Ghana has done? The FA Cup, the Community Shield, and now the UEFA Europa Conference League.
Thank you so very much, Reginald Brian Ojoku Soya, for the breaking news highlights. And quick one, another interesting story this morning. What I get, this is interesting. Like, you know, people really live in Europe, especially Europe and America. I mean, England, to be specific. I mean, interestingly, that the price of coffee don't go up. I mean, when I saw that this morning, I was like, I mean, BBC talking about the price of coffee go up, and it's a concern for them. So they want to look within the reason for making coffee go up. Thank you. That's interesting. Exactly. Anyways, so thank you so very much, Reginald Brian Ojoku, and we'll go for a short break, and we'll come back. We can talk about the topic of discussion this morning. Stay tuned.
Where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough. I no get nothing for offer. So only party when look down on me. Where don't make me feel like say my life no go become something. And they walked away. All the people who promise for help me. They say come office today.
Okay, so welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM and Radio Garden Choice FM. That is in part of Freetown. You can watch me live on YouTube and also our Facebook page at Epic Radio 99.3 FM. So we're asking the question, should the Sierra Leone Correctional Service be relocated? That's what we're asking. If it should be relocated, that's what we're asking in the show this morning. I mean, Correctional Service, Pademba Road. Initially, it was Pademba Road prison, but in 2014, we changed from Pademba Road to that of the Freetown Male Correctional Service. Yeah, and this then be built in 1914 under the British rule in 1914, and it built for about 200 to 324. Prisoners or inmates, you want to put it that way there. And but as of recent, we don't get over 2,100. In the particular service there. In the male correctional, Freetown Male Correctional Service. So with this concern, going through across the world, USA, countries that we go know, most of them prisons, to put it that way, they're in kind of a isolated area. Area where not a residential area, also people in the tap. That one kind of area where not just the prison no more, the structure no more. And also people can go serve then jail time or whatever, then go for good day. But in our case in Sierra Leone, Pademba Road, we all know Pademba Road by Campbell Street, I think we own prisons today. And remember in 2023, before 2023, sometimes in April 2020, there was this little bit of prisons outbreak when people about almost people once to escape from prisons. We remember way back in 2020 and 2023. November 26, remember back another outbreak. So this, it don't be a concern because how people they view our correctional center. Is it that because of places where you see every day, you pass every day, like people no go get afraid or for say this na how they see where I can go there accommodate. There was this normal saying long years back where people could tell you say I go to a cell and come back for you. It don't mean nothing to me. So you want for ask say, why people be get them thoughts they need that they go Pademba Road and come back for you and deal with you. So people were saying such. So the prison they are the central part of Freetown, Pademba Road to be specified, and our residential area we get us, we get people who live in that particular side. Is it risky when it comes to security wise? How risky it is? Now in 2022, to put it that way, there was this conversation about relocating our prisons. There was first the biggest choice at Songo. That was not materialized. Later, towards the end of 2022, in December, there was this place at Maishaka where the land be surveyed and everything. People would expect, say, these projects for them start or complete at them particular point in time, yeah, because that was the place where, according to what I read, we only left with the Ministry of Internal Affairs and that of the Ministry of Finance for finance that particular project there. But USAID, as we speak, it's something that will not get answer for you because it has been put on hold whether I start or start it. What me and say that project did not start it. And so, but we're asking the question, it's high time that we need for fast track that particular project there for relocate our male correctional service, pull them from the main part of Freetown, the middle city, in Freetown, Paremba Road. It's a residential area, and so many things they happen. So they expect to get Nana Sisi, we now the head of media and public relations, now the correctional service, and also we expect to get journalist Melvin T. Mansare, and also somebody from Human Rights Commission, the vice chairman, goes by the name of Victor Idris Lansana. So, then 3 people that we can talk to in the show this morning. We are asking if at high time, the Sierra Leone Correctional Center or service need for be relocated as per now. Stay tuned.
Baby, where don't woke me at, where don't make me feel like say.
All right, welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, our Facebook page at Epic Radio 99.3, YouTube, and Radio Garden, and also the eastern part of Freetown you get to by Choice FM, and also Zimi, at the provincial area. Let me join the studio by Victor Idris Lansana, and inner vice chairman for Human Rights Commission. Victor, good morning, and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Good morning, it's a pleasure to be here.
All right, and I'll start off. That was this. But first of all, what's the situation from the Human Rights Commission? Waiting at the concern so far of the correctional center in Freetown so far.
Yeah, family. Again, good morning. Remember, say the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, institution we government established way back in 2004 by an act of parliament, and that's after the war, when they set up the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, we all know they do a very brilliant report, and at the end of the day, in that report, they recommend because there was no clear institution mandated, with functions and powers for protect and promote human rights before and during the war. So they see the need for the government establish this commission. So yes, in 2004, by an act of parliament, government established the Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone with a broad mandate for protect and promote human rights of everybody in this country, no matter you political orientation, religious orientation, whether you're a man, a woman, whether you poor or gentry, as far as you are within the borders of Sierra Leone, and of course, you're a human, you get the protection of the commission. So there are different ways, normally we would do, we would promote and protect human rights. Then ways then one by receiving complaints from members of the public. So on a daily basis, we complaint secretariats, they receive complaints across the country, not just in Freetown, because we get offices also in the regions. We get the McKinney, we get the Boo, we get the Poloko, we get the Kenima, of course we get also the Waterloo.
So from which you say, there is any concern or complaint, I mean, regarding the male correctional center in Freetown?
Yeah, so I just want for leader foundation day. See, the work this way commission be set up for do.
Okay.
So there are different ways that can say we do the complaints are just one. We do make reports. We do monitoring. Okay, we monitor. I mean different areas. Then we say if you say human rights will be enjoyed. So whether na school, na hospitals, na police stations, correctional centers, courts. So quite recently we do a monitoring exercise across the country. We visit about 21 correctional centers, the matter of the 22 get in the country.
Across the country, yeah.
Yes, so we publish a very comprehensive report of the findings and then also put in recommendations.
Okay.
So, yeah, we see there is much more for be done, for make sure we correctional centers across the country meet the international standards. Because Sierra Leone live in isolation, we are part of several international human rights organizations and bodies, and we sign up to treaties, conventions, and so on and so forth. So when we do the monitoring, they make sure we want to see whether the standards them are up to the quality we international standards they actually call for. So this recent monitoring when we do. We find out say yes, they are doing well. I mean, given waiting they get, waiting the personnel they get, but we believe say there is so much more for be done for improve the status of the correctional centers and we believe say human rights does not just stop. It doesn't stop at the at the doors of prisons. It goes beyond the prisons. So anybody within a prison, it gets a human being still. Not losing rights just because it in a prison.
Okay.
I mean, the rights we basically, of course, you will lose that kind of freedom. Freedom of movement because it don't be limited or restricted to one place. But that does not mean that in rights to health, in rights to food, in rights, different other rights, them recreation, technical training, vocational training, means you don't lose all of that. So that is what international standards they actually look out for. Whether or not the Mandela rules, all of those rules, international standards, government gets the obligation, for meet them because government. In primary international human rights obligation and for protect human rights, for fulfill human rights, and for respect human rights. So that goes with a lot of responsibility. And when we look at the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the 1991 Constitution, Section 5 is very clear, subsection 2, paragraph BC, the welfare and the security of the people of this country rest on the shoulders of government.
So regardless whether you're a free man or you're not a free man.
Whether you did behind bars,
or whatever.
Yes. And
so I know that people get general idea of waiting una day for Human Rights Commission, but let's look at you wanna do some monitoring and let's pay attention to the male correctional service in Freetown because that's what they talk about if Dandy for be relocated. But let's pay attention which are some of the things that we wanna find out because I remember there's another report by IGL sometimes in February 26 to be specific. We get further about irregularities in terms of food procurement and all. But what are you finding so far?
Yes, one of the things we found out, this has been, if you like, a perennial problem. Problem over time, not overcrowding.
Okay.
Because that place they built them during the colonial era, so it was meant for just few.
324
yes. But now we have over 1,000, inmates there, and that is concerning for us. Because if you look at a situation where they say this place, this room, let's say the room where we get the house, now 3 rooms in parlor, we get let's say maximum three individuals inside the rooms and then later on, as the years go by, maybe we're not born boku pikin or maybe strangers they don't come, relatives and family, now we begin get 10 per room. So of course conducive, say it overburden the toilet facility we get, all of the water facility, so it overburden and take away the kind of freedom we forget for use waiting for use on the host. So it's the same thing for the correctional center. 300 people, now we have over 1,000. So it tells you that it comes with a lot of other human rights implications. So whether the right to health, we will see, if you see, look at the young people in the prison, a lot of them, I mean, difficult for me to look at them. Because of the bed box, they don't get good water facility, toilet facility. So we believe the government need for invest much more, into the correctional centers. And in addition to what we found out in terms of
aside of the overcrowding,
yes, I mean, I just don't say the overcrowding, they lead to several other human rights, antecedent human rights and concerns them. So like I say, the right to health, you find out see a lot of them, they're not in good health condition. And that's, of course, a human rights concern for we. So but over and beyond that also, we find out the correctional center personnel and officers, they themselves are challenged. Whether
challenged with what?
Yes, whether the working conditions, I mean, salaries and other things, and allowances, they are poorly paid, I mean, so to speak. They are poorly paid. And we need for make sure...
You mind if you almost...
No.
mind for sharing. So you look at... You get the opportunity for view the reports from IGRA and then pull, I think, sometimes in February. We talk about procurements of rice. And for them, they feel like, I think, 10 point something cups of rice. We, at one, inmates forget. Let's talk about the food in terms of how inmates or prisoners that they get food. Is it not something we find concerning or not satisfied with how people eat inside Pademba Road?
So
or correctional center to be specific?
Well, so the thing is, say on a normal day, I mean, the rules they say you for provide 3 times or 3 meals per day.
Is that the situation there?
No, that is not. So now 2 meals they get per day. Okay. And well, they will tell you why now if you ask them why is it that now just 2 meals per day they provide, then they would say to you that, oh, then why are they go for lock them by so time, maybe by 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock as the case may be. So you can't say you get for provide dinner at the end of the day, because it will be difficult for you at night. So
basically now morning and afternoon.
Yeah, they combine them. Yes, yeah. So
I mean, make you understand combine how.
Okay, now you get the breakfast, and then the one at dinner you combine them with the lunch.
With the lunch, okay.
Exactly. So once you don't eat the lunch, maybe around 3 o'clock or so, then it's
done for the day.
It's done for the day.
How una view this? Is it a human rights violation?
No, well, that is the problem. It's a human rights concern because ordinarily, whether not the Beijing rules, Manila rules, they make provision for 3 meals per day. Government will be able to provide 3 meals per day for every inmate. But of course, I mean, me and you, even day out, I don't know how many people are able to get 3 meals per day, except by choice. But for the need of it, very few people in Sierra Leone were able to afford a meal a day. So the challenge goes beyond the borders of correctional centers. So the inmates them, have been they're in that kind of very difficult situation where they are still struggling to have a proper meal. They are struggling to have the quality and the quantity. Again, another thing for discuss, because the quality of a meal to you, might not be the same to me. If I eat this food, I think say okay. Other man go eat if you say okay. So when we interact with them, the inmates them, they say this one will say no, this quality it's okay. The other one will say no, okay at all. The taste don't good, anything. So, but to go now, then engage the correctional center people and say, I think there is a concern from the inmates them. I mean, a lot of them say the quality need to be improved, even the quantity need to be improved, because if the rations small food, and then I know just 2 times they eat per day, then it becomes a very serious challenge. And we see hunger they do. If you don't get enough food in the system, exactly say that would be very serious. It will affect your immune system. I mean, and when you are faced with disease, you are faced with sickness. If you don't get strong immune system, then the sickness will worsen. So that is why we continue to encourage government. The report we don't launch them, we don't publish them, and then we don't also meet the relevant authorities them, personally in the offices them for presenting to them, whether not the Chief Justice, the Correctional Center itself, the heads that we did, we don't also engage them for we show them clearly the areas that we they need for really focus on. And by the way, the reports, the monitoring we do them in a way that after we don't gather all of the materials from the field, all of the data from the field, the information, we can get a validation workshop. Also, we call them back. All of the correctional centers across the country, they were represented in a validation workshop. Also, they come and look at the report and say, yes, we recognize them, findings they are, everything that they put, we agree with them. And then, and then we I don't know, produce the final report and publish them.
We don't talk about food. For you, it's a concern. Medical